Hey everyone, so I thought I would do this reading habits tag. So this one here says, question number 1 is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? Not really. A lot of times I'm most comfortable laying down in bed, either sitting down in bed or laying down in bed so that way I can read. If it's like a Kindle, if it's my Kindle, I'll lay down in bed because it's easier. And then if like a physical copy, I usually will like sit up in bed. I have this kind of like this bigger pillow that kind of helps prop you up when you read. So I have that. I actually need to get a new one soon because I've had that for like 4 years. And I'm like, oh wow, this thing's getting kind of old. And it's kind of getting funky. Like after a while it starts losing like its padding and stuff and starts getting like thin. So yeah, I need to get another one soon because those definitely come in handy. Especially like when you're sick and you need to prop yourself up. I prop myself up on that thing when I'm sleeping so I can breathe. So number 2 is bookmark or random piece of paper. Honestly, I don't really care, but I do have like, I do have some really cute bookmarks. Let me pull them down. I keep them in this. This is like something I got from a book box, and I love these ceramic looking, they look like books. I keep my bookmarks in here. So some of these bookmarks I got from like Etsy and different places like that because I think they're really cute. So I like Stranger Things, so I got Eddie. So it says it's forced conformity. That's what's killing the kids. That's the real monster. So I got that one. Eddie Munson deserved better. Hell yes, he did deserve better. He deserved better. So that company is right here, GGM Bow. You can find them on Etsy. So I have those ones right there. I can't remember what company this was, but if you go and like search up like, you know, if you search up these particular people, you'll find like this, you'll find the Etsy shop if you just search up these characters. So I got Rick O'Connell from The Mummy, because that's one of my favorite characters. So I got that as a bookmark. And then I got Jamie Fraser, so I got him. So I have all these like cute little bookmarks. So it's like, why wouldn't I want to use my cute bookmarks? So I have more Eddie Munson ones. So I got that one. And another character I liked from Stranger Things, Argyle. So funny. So yeah, I got all these cute little bookmarks. So I will go and use these the bookmarks that I have. And I get a lot of these from Etsy. And so I even got like Ice Planet Barbarian ones, you know. So yeah. I have a lot of cute little bookmarks, so I like to, you know, use the ones that I have. So I have plenty of them, and I still like to get more. So yeah, I prefer bookmarks over paper. But I mean, like, say if I can't find my bookmark, if I lost it somewhere, I'm going to use whatever is available to me to, like, you know, put it, you know, to hold my place in the book. So number 3 is, can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter / certain amount of pages? If I have no choice but to stop, then obviously I stop during wherever, you know, I was. But most of the time, if I can, you know, if I can help it, I will wait until the chapter's over before I'm like, okay, you know, I'll go back to it another time. Otherwise, sometimes I end up falling asleep reading my Kindle. And I end up waking up, you know, in the morning and my Kindle's right there by my head. So a lot of times I end up falling asleep before I even get to like the next chapter. But if I'm awake and alert, yes, I prefer to end that chapter. Once the chapters ended, then I'm like, all right, I could set it down for a little bit, do other things, and then come back to it. So number 4 is, do you eat or drink while reading? Most of the time I'm reading at night, so not really. Every now and again, like maybe I'll be sucking on like a Jolly Rancher or like some candy or something like that. I'll maybe like be eating like some candy while I'm reading. Usually I have water at my bedside, you know, so I always have like my container of water or, you know, something that's close to me so it's easy for me to get to. But I don't try to have anything like that will leave like too many crumbs, because I don't want crumbs to end up like on my bed while I'm reading, or like I don't want it to like end up on the book and stuff like that. I try not to have like food and different things like that could be messy like around my physical copies, because I don't want them to get messed up. So number 5 is multitasking, music or TV while reading. I will say sometimes my mind, with my anxiety, where, you know, my anxiety be going like all over in my head, you know, where it feels like it's a circus playing in my head and everything. And so sometimes I will go and play a, you know, like a playlist that's nature sounds, or maybe like rain, something to kind of like help calm me down. But if I'm tired and I listen to something like that, I am going to fall asleep. So, a lot of times I usually just don't have music on, but sometimes I do need it. If, say, like I'm really stressed out and reading is not calming me down, then I will listen to like music going in the background, but it's like low, you know, not like, you know, really loud. I cannot be in a loud room and then, you know, everything's going at once and I'm trying to pay attention to like my book and stuff. If I'm like in a crowded room, then you better give me some earplugs to help, you know, block out some of that noise. So number 6, it says 1 book at a time or several at once. It all depends, because if I'm listening to an audiobook, I can, at nighttime, I can also read a different book. So in the daytime, I'll listen to the audiobook, and then at night, I'll go and like read on my Kindle. So sometimes I could do 2 books at once. It all depends on, you know, what I'm reading. Sometimes I could be reading something where I'm like, oh, I really need like my full focus in this novel, and it'll only be like 1 novel at a time. And other ones, it's like, no, I can listen to like, you know, I can have like 2 books going at the same time. Okay, 7. Reading at home or everywhere. Everywhere I can. Like, you know, if I'm in the car, you know, I don't drive, so my husband's usually driving, so I'll read in the car. Or, you know, if I'm going for a walk, you know, I listen to an audiobook a lot of times. If I'm over at like a party and I need like, because for me, the way I am, where I'm like an introvert extrovert, where eventually there comes a time when my social battery starts to wear down and I need something to help distract me, you know? So I will go off and just kind of sit over in a corner and just kind of sit there for a little bit and read to kind of help, you know, help me recharge my social battery. That even happened like at a party once, where my husband's friend, who never met me before, was wondering why I had like wandered off and was over by the corner and was kind of like by myself and I was sitting. He had told him, you know, like that's something that I do. And yeah, it's a way for me to recharge my social battery, because I start to really get I get exhausted. I really get exhausted with the amount of people that are around me. And so it gets to the point where I cannot like engage with other people. Excuse me. I can't engage with other people, so I end up like, I need a breather. I need to take a breather. Number 8 is reading out loud or silently in your head. I usually do it silently in my head. When it comes to my youngest daughter likes to read out loud. and it can be annoying sometimes. Especially because when I want to read, like I'll be in their room and trying to get them to go to sleep, and she'll be reading out loud and I'm reading in my head, and then there are times like I hear her and I'm just like, shh, girl, read quiet, read quietly. You don't need to read out loud. So yeah, she does that a lot. She reads out loud a lot of times, and I usually do it silently. With my eldest, in order for her to get better at her reading, I have her read out loud. It's good to, like, if you're trying to improve your reading skills, it's good to read out loud, because you will get better at pronouncing like words and things like that. Like, if you have trouble with, like, say you stutter a little bit, you have trouble with your words a little bit, it's good to read like poetry out loud. It can help with your stutter. So, but I will say most of the time, I like to read silently. So, especially with the books I read. So, the next one is 9. Do you read ahead or ever skip pages? Yes. I sometimes have a tendency of doing that. If I have a physical copy of a book, a lot of times I usually kind of like skim ahead just to see like what happens, and then I'll go back to like, where I was. That I do that a lot. I will say though, I've stopped myself from doing it when it comes to ebooks. I force myself to kind of like read, every page. Where a physical copy, a lot of times I will go and check like the middle of the book to see if like there's any kind of like intimate scenes, like what I have to, what I'm going to anticipate, But when it comes to like ebooks, I'm kind of forced to, stay the course and not skip ahead. So number 10 is breaking the spine or keeping it new. I try my best not to break the spine. But if it, if I end up getting creases, then, I can't help that. Especially because, like, some of these books, you're going to get creases in it. It's, like, inevitable. You have to be, like, really delicate in order for you not to get creases in these books. But I'd say for, like, a paperback, it's less likely for me to get, like, creases in it. In the spine, where a mass market paperback, you're definitely going to get, creases and cracks in the spine and all that stuff. So, the last one is, do you write in your books? No, I do not write in my books, because if by chance, dang, I keep yawning. If by chance I decide to get rid of the book, I don't want to have like all my scribbling and stuff like that, in the book, like if I took notes and stuff like that. I would rather go and just write it down on another piece of paper of like my thoughts of like different stuff. But I do like to leave like little tabs, sticky tabs like in the books. It lets me know of like where different parts of the book are that I liked. So that way I can easily go back to those parts if I wanted to. But yeah, I do not like to write in them. Not my thing. But yeah, that's it for this tag here. If you want to do it, the questions are down below. And if you want to tag me in the video, that's cool too, so I can watch it. But yeah, that's it for this video here. Have yourselves a good day. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other. And I will see you all on the next video. All right. Bye.